sometimes you just have to sit back and laugh and enjoy the moment. A few years ago there was a t-shirt, and on the t-shirt it says, "We're not here to take part, we're here to take over." And it had Scott Brown, Kieran Tierney and Brendan Rodgers on the front of the t-shirt. It was a Green Brigade t-shirt. It was a fantastic t-shirt at the time. I wonder what slogan would be on front of the t-shirt today. And this morning in Celtic FC News, we're going to talk about Jota. I'm going to see if my voice can actually last 5 minutes of this video. We're going to talk about Ange Postecoglou. We're going to talk about the Chris Boyd meltdown, what he said before and what he said after the game yesterday, and a few other things. So make sure you walk around, or even watch to the end of the video. This is going to be a solo one today, I can tell. Anyway, how much is Jota worth? We got Jota. He had a fantastic game yesterday. It was a cracking goal that he took. Him, Rio Tate, Kyogo, Dyson have been fantastic additions to the club, and they've completely blossomed under Ange Postecoglou. Even Owen Hargreaves, somebody that knows a bit about football, somebody that's played at the highest level around Europe, said that Ange Postecoglou has beautiful attacking football, and both him and Scott Brown have said the exceptional recruitment record that Ange Postecoglou has on regularly snapping up hidden gems on the cheap has been absolutely fantastic for Celtic. Obviously, Ange Postecoglou is highly sought after, allegedly, but there's absolutely no chance of him leaving Celtic this summer. Let's put that out there right there. I did say yesterday before the game, I said I can't see us losing. Yesterday I did say if it's a draw, it's a draw, but I could not see us losing yesterday, and I was proved right. The fact that Michael Beale and the Sevco are complaining about a goal that was disallowed, but this is it. It's football. Get up and get on with it. On about Jota. Jota was signed for 6.4 million. It is now estimated that his valuation is 17 grand a week. 5'9" player, his valuations creeped up to 13 million now, and that was estimated by footballtransfers.com. What do you think of that valuation? Is that a right valuation? He's only 5'9". I think he's the same height as me. I thought he was going to be a bit bigger than that. The winger's creativity is just something special. When he clicks, and some people say that he's not been in top form. But yesterday we were not at our best. It's probably the worst I've seen us play in a couple of years under Ange. We just didn't seem to get going. The first half there was a lot of bad passes. Towards the end, there was that one in the corner. There was nobody in the box. It was the free kick, and the Rangers were in straight line with the ball. We weren't even pushing up. We weren't pushing up. There was nobody pushing up. We should have been pushing up. And it was offside. As soon as they kicked the ball, it was offside. But these are just small things. Anyway, what yesterday did do, it was basically removed any doubt that we're going to lose the league. There was no chance, even if we'd drawn yesterday. But we're still going to win the league. The last time that we lost, obviously, was September the 18th last year. So it's been quite a run from Ange Postecoglou and the boys. I think it's been fantastic. Tell me in the comments what was the best bit about yesterday, and what do you think about the no away fans? I think, to be fair, what do you think about the banners before the game? I thought they were fantastic. And, the pyro before the game was something else. And also, Sky Sports, Chris Sutton couldn't believe that Rangers are wanting an explanation over why Alfredo Morelos' Fat Boy's goal was offside, and it was disallowed. Sorry, it wasn't offside, it was disallowed. Chris Sutton said, "You couldn't make this up. The SFA will write back, dear Rangers, it is because it was a foul by Big Alfie." So Ange Postecoglou said after the game also, basically came out and says, if you can make one person's life better, you don't understand how enriching that is. But they've made countless of thousands of lives better today and over the next few days. They need to enjoy that moment because they've done something special. And I think this is why Ange Postecoglou and some of these players will not be leaving. You will get players that are on the sort of outskirts of the team. The likes of Yalil Abada, you probably see him moving on in the summer. You think the likes of Bain, it came out yesterday that Scott Bain will probably leave the club this summer. But we keep on going on. We never stop. They'll never stop mantra from, is Ange Postecoglou right? I've seen quite a few managers over my time. Now, if you remember back to the Liam Brady years and Lou Macari, we were a bit of a friggin' nightmare back then. And if you lived through their days, you're of a certain age. And even managers before it, I can remember when Davy Hay came back to the club for the second time. Billy McNeil can remember all these guys as managers. Is Ange Postecoglou quite possibly one of the best managers you've ever seen in your lifetime at Celtic? And this is going to probably a lot of the older guys. There are a lot of older guys who watch this channel, you can tell by the stats. So you've got guys, I know David Potter and that, they used to go to games when Jock Stein was manager. So is Ange Postecoglou up there with the level of performance that he's got Celtic at, the fact that he can get these players, and it's not just about the team, the way the team play and the winning mentality, it's to bring in the players in, the way that he actually acts with the club, the way that he treats the club as his own family. Is it, he's way, in my estimation, he's way above Brendan Rodgers. You can't take away from Brendan Rodgers what he achieved at the club. I think it will be paramount what happens next summer. I think if Ange gets the players that he wants in, and then it all comes down to Europe. It all comes down to Europe next year and what we can actually do in Europe. And if we can see that, just that little bit progress in Europe next year, I think that will take us a long way to the next stage. And then you just don't know. You don't know. Ange did say people will be surprised on how long I am here. Now let's get on to the crazy cat himself, Chris Boyd. Chris Boyd, yesterday morning before the game, this guy's warned Beale of the double danger of losing to Celtic. He thought they were actually going to be able to do something yesterday. Officially, it's just another 3 points, but with 8 matches left to play and a home win would put the SPL title, and fans speculating over if that title could be won. With straight 15 home wins already this season, Ange Postecoglou has memories obviously of a 3-0 and 4-0 win. Chris Boyd went on to say he was warning Parkhead won't make a winning at Parkhead won't make a blind bit of difference for the title race, but Rangers losing could have catastrophic effect on the rest of their season. It would heap enormous amounts of pressure on Michael Beale's side, and the fact that Connor Gilson, actually we're going to talk about him, he wasn't in the team at the weekend, and was he dropped because he said that Rangers are basically back to square one, where they were before they brought in the one and only Stevie Gerrard. And they're convinced that Stevie Gerrard winning the title would take them on to new heights and new levels. But then in a week, we have to talk about this also, is the fact that when their main shareholder decides to jump ship, it's a sinking ship, isn't it? Anyway, moving on. Chris Boyd then went on to say later in the day that he was bemused. He was completely bemused by James Tavernier, and he basically says he hasn't got a clue what Tavernier was on about. Tavernier was basically saying there was a handball. They're just coming out with excuses now. They're going to, it's just all coming about excuses, and who really cares? It was a fantastic day yesterday. I'm sure you enjoyed it wherever you're watching it around the world. The fact that Chris Boyd and that is in a bit of a meltdown today again. It's all going to come down to the next game. We have 2 games left to play them, and it's whoever wins the next game is going to win the Scottish Cup. Will Celtic do a treble in Ange Postecoglou's second season at Celtic? If he does the treble, that's going to take him up there with the best managers that we've ever had at Celtic. I think you'll agree he's probably up there already. It's just a matter of getting that recognition by winning the trophies, and that's what we seem to be doing under him. I do not think he will leave this summer. There's been lots of speculation. It's never going to happen. He's never going to get his eyes turned. There's nothing down south, and there's no job. The money's down there. Yep. Is it the best league in the world? There's a lot of people say it's not. It's money orientated. When you look at some of the top players in Germany, they never go there. Top players in Spain, they never go to England. So you have to ask yourself, is it the best league? I think he would take. Would he get offered a top job? And I'm not talking about a Tottenham or a Chelsea or something like that. You're talking about a Man United, a Man City. You're talking about Barcelona level. He's not going to get offered these type of jobs at that level. He knows that he's at a club where he can achieve his ambitions. And his ambitions is to get the club playing well in the Champions League. His ambition is to end up at the end of the day when he retires. It's like Scott Brown. Scott Brown stayed at Celtic for so long because he wanted to win medals. You can retire, and when you retire, you can retire with a pot of money. But how many football players and how many managers spunk that money down the drain? And it's a fact. It's happened so many times that players that have made hundreds of thousands of pounds a week down in England have ended up bankrupt because they spunk the money away, and they've won fucking nothing in their game. They've won absolutely nada. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to say right here, before the end of the season, We should win the treble. Ange Postecoglou will still be here. It's going to be a fantastic summer. We're going to get 3 big signings in this summer. There will be players that will leave Celtic. Tell me your thoughts in the comments about yesterday's game. It's funny that the likes of the usual commentators aren't commentating. They know who they are. Everybody that's on the channel comments on a regular basis knows who the South Koreans are, and they'll be away hiding back under the rock again. So on that note, there's nothing much more to say. Let's just double check if there's any other breaking news came out this morning. It's just obviously Kyogo earns fantastic praise from Ange Postecoglou. The world media has went absolutely King Ange crazy. Now calling him King Ange. King Ange. Right, that's enough. Enjoy your day, Celtic fans all around the world. On an ending note, who's going to be up for doing some lives? Because rather than I'm going to do morning news breaking footage obviously over the summer, but I'm also going to do Celtic chat lives probably a couple of days a week. So I wouldn't mind getting some people on board with that, as this channel is all about the Celtic fans. So have a great day, Celtic fans all around the world.
Lit. Roll up to the party, roll up to the party, roll up to the party, roll up to